We're getting a female Silver Surfer, and we're getting Sue Storm being the leader of this Fantastic Four team, right? She is going to take charge. This movie, really, this Fantastic Four movie, is pretty much going to be all about Sue Storm. And these have been rumors for the past couple of years that this was going to be a Sue Storm-centered movie. And there were a lot of people, mainly the excess media, these weirdos, that were writing this rumor off, saying it wasn't true. But now we're looking at this trailer, and it's looking like this actually might be the case. This might actually be a Sue Storm movie, right? This might actually be a Fantastic Four team that is led by Sue Storm and not Mr. Fantastic. And on top of that, we're gonna get a female Silver Surfer. There was absolutely no reason why we couldn't get just, the normal male Silver Surfer. No, they wanted to give us this very minimal character that was in a few issues. Right? There was a female Silver Surfer at one point. But for the normies, right? Common people that maybe know a little bit about comic books, maybe they watched the Fantastic Four animated series and they remember seeing the Silver Surfer. It's a male, it's a man to them, right? But no, that's not what we're doing this time. Now we're gonna get a female Silver Surfer. And of course, we know why they're doing this. We know why Disney does these things. They do these things to check off boxes, right? And I think it's been proven. I think that there were some executives that came in and they said, we want the broad from Ozark, the chick with the curly hair. What the hell is her name? I forget her name. The chick says, you're gonna have to kill me. And it's like a meme video. They wanted her in the movie. And of course, they had already casted a Sue Storm. So there was no other choice but to give her the Silver Surfer role. And that's exactly what they did, because they wanted to have this woman in there. And of course, they wanted to check off some more boxes. They wanted this movie to be a little bit more diverse. And that's ultimately what they did. And I want to believe that these decisions were made before we got the Captain America Brave New World, before we got Echo, before we got all these flops, right? Because I think that the rumor going around is that Marvel has learned from their mistakes. They are ready to focus on entertainment once more, right? I want to believe this, but I'm telling you, I don't think that's the case. I think when it comes to making comic book movies, it's going to be business as usual for Disney. I think that this is just the new status quo. They're going to keep doing these weird, stupid changes in hopes that people are just going to get used to it. But I don't think that's the case. I think people are waking up more and more. Because get a load of this. Marvel's Fantastic Four trailer sparks backlash. Female Silver Surfer roundly mocked for terrible CGI and design. That's right. It's not just that we don't like the fact that they chose to go with a female Silver Surfer. It's the fact that it looks horrible. I mean, it does. How is it possible that something in 2025 looks worse than something that came out in 2007? Because we can do this. We can actually compare the CGI of 2007 with the CGI of today, right? They've done this. It's all over the internet. You see the Silver Surfer from 2007, which was Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. Very underwhelming movie, very mid, but it was still somewhat entertaining. And now we get to see the Silver Surfer design today in 2025, and it looks worse. The CGI just looks horrible. I mean, she looks like one of those performers that, in New York City or on Hollywood Boulevard, that they paint themselves in silver skin, and then they'll dance for $1. That's what she looks like. Right, and I say she with the foresight, with knowing that it's a woman, because I honestly, if you get rid of the back hair, if you get rid of that, I would not know if that's a man or a woman. I'm telling you, I wouldn't know. And I'm not saying this to talk badly about the actress, but you're making a character out of CGI, right? You can make it look more like a woman. I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I think that this is just gonna be it. I think that the story is probably gonna be okay, but I think there's gonna be huge problems with this movie. I do believe and I'm just basing this off the trailer, right? I believe that we're gonna get a Sue Storm that takes charge in this movie. I believe that we're gonna get a Sue Storm that makes most of the decisions. I believe that Reed Richards, I believe he's gonna be a little bit more docile, more in the back, right? I mean, hell, we already got Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. He's not gonna. He's gonna be like a beta male in this movie or something like that, right? He's gonna be. I forget exactly what it was, but he did an interview where he talked down at the fact that Chris Evans' portrayal in 2005, 2007 of Johnny Storm, him being a womanizer, that was not, you know, that's not appropriate in today's day, you know. So he's not gonna do that. I'm telling you, bro, I am very, very worried about this movie. I think that this movie is not going to be what a lot of people think it's going to be, and that is successful. And I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be quite the opposite. I think that people are going to go see this movie, and it's going to be a huge disaster, and the box office numbers are just going to tank. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. And like always, don't forget to subscribe. Sensational.